What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a reaction video. Welcome back to Shadows. Well, Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is taking place in Japan, and we have 3 reaction videos to do. So, for starters, we have the world premiere, which I'm sure everyone's so excited for. Assassin's Creed. This is gonna be exciting because I don't know anything. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed. I've last reaction Assassin's Creed I did was Eivor, which is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and when I was pointing out, oh, he has the hidden blade, when he did the hidden blade, I'm very excited for this. I saw Samurai. It has me intrigued. They've been teasing this for a while. I think I'll be uploading this on the day that it got launched. I'm so excited for this. There's no words. But let's get started and get started for this reaction video. So let's do this thing. Ooh, I like it.
All I have ever known in my life. Our land. Our customs.
Give me Ghost of Tsushima vibes right now.
Burns in the name of unification.
Oh, wow. Damn samurais. Oh, I hate it's a cinematic, but I really want to see the gameplay. It's so pretty.
You are still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships.
Are we playing as 2 people? Like we did with Assassin's Creed 3?
Greed.
The samurai and the assassin?
Power. Vengeance.
Oh, I love the katana. Oh, that's slow motion.
And you? Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we must look for it together. We must learn to trust, rebuild.
Oh, it is just like Assassin's Creed 3,
And follow
where you
the
play
blade.
as 2. Oh shit. I don't want to get copyrighted. I really don't. With the music. Oh shit. Oh.
I said, who do you serve? shadows.
Oh.
Serve the light.
The blade! Ah. November! November! Oh my god, I have no words. I have no word. That is pretty fucking. That was. Oh my god. I just want to see the gameplay now, but damn! Okay, let's do this one.
With our dual protagonists, we have two fantasies, the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player to experience both, and we cannot squeeze both
Yeah,
fantasies
just like
into
Assassin's
one
Creed
character
3.
because samurai and shinobi came from a different social class. They have different lives, so we cannot
Okay.
really mix them together.
The historical character of Yasuke presented a really exciting opportunity for the narrative team. We approached it in the same way that so much of the work is done in Assassin's Creed, which is really in terms of research and history first. Not a lot is known about him, but what we did know, or we do know, is that he arrived in Japan in 1579, right when our game
Okay.
starts. And that he had relationships with some of the most interesting people in our setting, like Oda Nobunaga, the Portuguese, and Jesuits, which made it very sort of tantalizing and enticing from a narrative perspective to come in and start weaving these facts with story in between.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it's the perfect fit because he's discovering Japan and you are discovering Japan also.
And on the flip side, we have Naoe, who comes from the province of Iga, which is a remote mountainous area, fiercely independent, known as the birthplace of shinobi. So they're very contrasting perspectives that really expose a lot of different sides and facets of the era.
When Oda came, he completely destroyed Iga. You have Yasuke and Oda that coming to destroy the shinobi. So it can kind of create this interesting tension between two characters.
We were able to connect her to the province of Iga and the legendary Igan shinobi historical figure, Fujibayashi Nagato, who's her father in the game. So we understand why she has the skills that she has and the values that she learns from her father in the people of Iga, which are valor, benevolence, and wisdom.
I actually
And
like her
as a young
character.
person still at the start of the game, we get to see now we acquire even more of that wisdom as the story unfolds.
And if you ask anybody, it's super clear that samurai will be combat heavy and a shinobi will be stealth heavy. It creates this distinction right away. Yasuke can fight with
wonder if you
all
can
his
play as two of
advantage,
them, though.
His stature, like he's a big guy. He can break
Like you
door.
choose
He can
between.
fight multiple enemies. He can break armor. Compared to Naoe, like her character and their outfit, it's really about being stealth, being unseen.
Yeah, I can
She's
do
the only
stealth.
one with the hidden blade, so they have clear advantage that put them into
Hidden
the stealth and the
blade,
combat,
man. Love
even
it.
if they can do a bit of both.
They're a really great pair together because on one side we have Naoe, who's very intense and passionate and determined woman who is very set on her goals. She's kind of got her heart on her sleeve and she'll say what she feels in the heat of the moment. And this intensity that she brings as a shinobi, but that she also brings to her relationship. And this balances very well with Yasuke, who is sort of a thoughtful, level head to Naoe's fiery passion. We really thought about somebody like Yasuke historically who was able to come to Japan and have the life that he did there, to enter service for Oda Nobunaga and achieve all of the things that he did. Like, what kind of person would go through all of this? So our Yasuke is very intelligent, thoughtful, and respectful of this culture that he encounters, and that makes him a very nice sort of counterpart to Naoe. He's a bit mysterious as well, and that's something we get to see unfold as the game progresses.
Okay. Oh, I freaking love it. I love the logo too. Oh my gosh. Alright, we have the trailer breaking down, so let me go ahead and play that one.
Hello, this is Iga Milne, the Assistant Director of Cinematic Design on Assassin's Creed Shadows.
And I'm Jonathan Dumont, Creative Director of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And today we're going to take a look at our reveal trailer of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
From the beginning, we really wanted to try to create this atmosphere of danger. So we're getting glimpses of our shinobi protagonist, Naoe, as she chases down a target through the shadows. We want it to feel as though she has complete control over her environment, and a real homage to old ninja films where we just get like little glimpses of her in the background. Not really sure what we're seeing. And finally we get her incredible reveal here, cloaked in shadows.
Naoe is from Iga. She is a farmer warrior, daughter of Fujibayashi Nagato. She is a capable person, let's say that. As we were going to learn in the trailer, she will be taking on a role of protector.
All I have ever known in my life.
What we're looking at is the province of Iga, the homeland of Naoe. It's isolated a little bit in the mountains. And they were home of the shinobi. They come from here, or at least a portion of them come from here. And the interesting thing is, once we traveled to Japan and we visited this province, it came very clear how that world came together. Like, so it's sort of isolated in the mountains, sort of kept to itself. It's a very good representation, in my opinion, of that place.
Our land. Our customs. My family. Burns in the name of unification.
So what we're seeing here are the troops of Oda Nobunaga. In 1579, there was the first attack from Oda Nobunaga's clan, and then in 1581, there was a second attack, a much more violent one, where Iga got crushed. And what we're seeing here is the Oda troops marching into the province of Iga.
There was like a little timeline. Sorry, guys.
Bringing split screen into the trailer was part of our attempt at formulating an homage towards a lot of Japanese media and culture.
That's pretty cool, though.
And so we try to incorporate some of that style into the game as well. It's reflected in a lot of our cutscenes and cinematics. And we thought it'd be really cool to bring that on as early as possible.
Interesting.
And so we push for it in the reveal trailer as well. It allows us to kind of show off both protagonists at various points in their lives.
Okay.
And how maybe that relationship can change over time.
That split screen is going to be interesting, though.
That turns around and says...
I don't think we've ever had an assassin that had split screen between two protagonists.
It is a proverb from Japan. For us, sort of resonates with both their journey. As they open their eyes or know a little bit more, things are not necessarily as they seem. And that's sort of a driving force for them. That's what is going to unite Naoe and Yasuke. That's something that's bigger.
The ocean's filled with new ships.
So here we're in Sakai, a big port in Japan.
Sakai.
The ships that we are seeing
That's
are,
familiar.
Portuguese ships. They are a version of the black ships, or a lot of the merchant ships that were coming in and out of Japan at this point.
Oh no, I think that's the
few
last
came
name
to
of
Sakai, but
Jin
mostly in
Sakai.
Nagasaki, but for
Never
the
mind.
sake of the trailer, it's happening in Sakai.
Scratch what I said.
The person we're seeing on screen is Oda Nobunaga. So he is known for being one of the three great unifiers of Japan. A very polarizing character, depending on which side you were.
We're seeing Yasuke's first audience here with Oda Nobunaga, and one of the reasons why this meeting could even happen is due to Oda's deep relations with the Portuguese through trade, which resulted in him becoming quite a force to reckon with when it came to the use of Teppo. All this to say, Oda Nobunaga is an incredibly powerful figure at the time, very important to our story as well.
Okay. So he would be mainly the main
There
villain.
are a lot of speculation about Yasuke's arrival in Japan. The most common one is that Yasuke came in a couple of years before this meeting, and he learned Japanese quite fast, and he was very fluent into the Japanese culture, and it impressed Oda. So his stature, of course, impressed Oda. He was seen as super big. His skin color was one thing as well, that the reports on the Chronicle of Oda say that was the first African man that Oda had ever seen. Oda asked him to stay with him, and this is what we know pretty much of the story of Yasuke. So there are a couple of elements that we will see also in the game that are historical reports of his presence, but then after that there's quite a bit of an interesting what if with him that will happen.
The initial volley, this is a concept that we had very early on, this really cool idea of the initial reveal of Yasuke emerging from the gun smoke. To us, that really ties him to Oda's battle style, and as probably one of the most important people to Oda in our game specifically. And what we're seeing here is a battle between the Oda clan and another rival clan, as a big part of the unification was taking down some of these rival clans for territory. What we see is Yasuke cutting people down with
That's
a great deal
cool.
of ease. These are all moves that are going to be in the game. We specifically made sure all the choreography shown in the trailer are all taken directly from gameplay itself.
Oh, nice.
Or choose another path.
One of our big breakthroughs in this game is definitely this element of dynamic time, seasons, and weather.
Okay.
And we were kind of racking our brains with how to depict this in a trailer. And so one of the ways we thought about establishing their relationship was to kind of break the rules of time a lot. We're seeing them out of place a lot. They're seeing each other, but that might not be literally the first time they meet or lock eyes. And what we're
Okay.
seeing here really is kind of a culmination of both of their journeys.
Even though Yasuke has been on a journey as a fighter for Oda Nobunaga, does he think that this is the right thing to do? Now he's confronted to the destruction of province of Iga. So sort of a tying two worlds together at this point.
In particular, the shot of them in the open field to us is really this moment out of time. It's them speaking to each other on a level that might not literally have ever happened, but it's really the moment that really brings them together. And just like a quick little note here for those eagle-eyed viewers, you'll notice that the split screen is slightly different here, which was once again a deliberate decision we made. The other one has a bit more of a slant to it, maybe a bit more aggressive, especially if you're
Okay.
familiar with like anime or manga codes, comic book codes. But here, bringing
Comic
it,
book, yeah,
flattening
for
it out a
me.
little bit, establishes that maybe the relationship is different. I don't want to speak too much about that, but given the time period of our game, unification is a really big deal. And I
Okay.
think the concept of unification can mean very different things to different people. And it definitely resonates differently for our two main characters.
And we must look for it together.
So what we're seeing here is that Naoe and Yasuke do have allies in the world. Like every good shinobi, she has access to a network of spies and people that
Okay.
can help her and trade for information. And we're seeing here is somebody giving her information.
It's like a
on the
pigeon in a
whereabouts
way.
of the person that she's looking for.
Kinda.
In the game, you can switch between both characters as you
Really?
They do have a life when they're not played, so that when you switch back characters, you can see them do something different.
Most of our black box level designs allow for both playstyles to work kind of perfectly, and you can choose the one that you prefer. If you want to go in and just be full of brawn, cut people down with Yasuke, you have that option. If you want to take a sneakier option, well, you'll see what that looks like in a second.
Okay.
Rebuild.
This is my favorite part, the wink.
A big thing we were pushing for in our trailer was to really humanize our protagonists. Real emotional stakes, make them feel like people you could actually see in real life, especially
Yeah.
given that Yasuke is based off a real person. We wanted to be authentic, at least somewhat, to a full breadth of emotions that he could portray.
And follow the blade.
We developed quite a bit of new tools for Naoe and stealth, and one of them is the grappling hook.
Grappling
And the
hook.
grappling hook allows you to climb over.
Last time we
walls
saw,
that
I
you
think
cannot
Jacob was
climb
the one
with,
who used a
Yasuke or
grappling
without
hook
the
on
hook,
his gauntlet.
which opens different paths for Naoe.
And that was
there's
Assassin's
quite a bit
Creed,
of hook points in the game,
Syndicate.
so within every layout that you're going to see, and sometimes to come in from a different entry point. So it's an integral part of their stealth arsenal, as she can navigate much faster into the open world.
So kind of like
And that's one of the big
Jin
changes
Sakai
between
with,
Yasuke and
a
Naoe. One of the
grappling
key
hook as well
differences
for-
is her ability to take a much more
kind of
vertical
about the
approach.
same kind of grappling
And a
hook,
lot
I
of
would
our
say,
locations are
but
big
different.
castles, big tenshues with these giant walls, and it offers her a whole new vantage point for a lot of these missions where Yasuke doesn't have necessarily the same opportunity.
Now we can fight and hold our own against a few enemies, but she's not a
Nice.
big
Ninja
brawler like
stars.
Yasuke
Love
is
it.
to take on a horde of enemies, right? She is light armored and she's quick and she's agile.
And that's
Okay.
definitely one of the key elements, her sheer speed. She's very, very quick and extremely lethal. But as soon as she's seen, the danger really rises for her, and she's got to get out of there as fast as possible.
I might just use her a lot though. Freaking music. I hope it doesn't
Is
copyright
destruction
me.
in the game, Joe?
Yeah.
Are some things breakable in our game? Would you
she's
say?
unbreakable in the game.
Yes.
Part of our
Okay.
dynamic world and the dynamism that we created for Japan goes also in the low-level destruction. So the,
love
the
breaking
weapons
things.
that we
Especially
put a lot
in,
of little
Ghost of
technological,
Tsushima.
breakthroughs for our weapons, where you can destroy a large amount of props in the game. You could see him plow through the Suji doors. You could, you know, destroy a full market if you wanted with the Kenobo. Obviously, the goal is still not to break everybody's stuff, but Yasuke can do it as well as Naoe, depending on the weapons they're using.
That's right.
Okay.
Yasuke's not the only one that can break through those shoji doors. Naoe can assassinate people through them.
Ooh.
This is a weapon that Yasuke can carry around in the game. It's called a Kenobo. It's a very heavy weapon that does a lot of damage. It's a little bit of a slower weapon compared to katana.
Most samurais use those, especially in the
weapon that brings a lot of destruction. As
Ghost of Tsushima, I remember that weapon.
And Yasuke is a strong man, so he's the perfect candidate to handle the Kenobo in the game.
Nice.
I said, who do you serve?
I love the weather, the atmosphere.
Shadows.
That served the light.
The hidden blade has
blade.
two functions, so it can come out as a regular hidden blade, like for stabbing people. But now we can
Kinda looks like,
extrude it, the second
A4's
portion, flip it
a
so that
bit.
she has a dual wield using a smaller weapon called a tanto and her hidden blade at the same time. So
Nice.
that's a very fast, damaging situation for most people that are fighting her at that time.
And what Joe touched on is something that I know fans have been wanting for a long time, to bring back hidden blade combat, like being able to just fight with your hidden blade. And we brought that back with the Tanto style. It's
Thank
very
God.
cool, very fast. Once again,
Awesome.
very lethal in Naoe's hands. When it came to the name of the game, that was something I remember Joe talking about, making sure we had some sort of base into the original lore. And this line was always something that really stuck out with you. We put it in the trailer as well as a kind of punctuation, shadows. They are working in the shadows to serve the light. And that's always been the callback we wanted to conjure with this.
Yep.
Paired with that is also our renewed emphasis on stealth in this game. There are
Okay.
a lot of new mechanics we've added. There are a lot of really interesting tools we've given Naoe. I think for
Okay.
fans of stealth, you're going to be extremely pleased with some of the mechanics we've added into the game.
Yes.
And on a little bit on a meta level for both characters, Naoe being a shinobi, but coming from a place that is not necessarily prominent or just at the forefront of the conflict, but a little bit more emerging back from the shadows. It fits with her. And Yasuke as well, coming from a background that's outside of Japan. They are lurking in the shadows, but they are doing so to protect the land. This is a very interesting narrative that will flow towards something pretty positive for us in the game and very satisfying in my opinion.
Cannot wait.
Thank you so much for watching. Assassin's Creed Shadows is out November 15th, and we cannot wait to show you more.
Yes. Probably Summerfest games, if I have to guess. Probably Summerfest games we're going to be getting the gameplay. That or Ubisoft Forward event, maybe. Alrighty, guys. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the 3 reactions in one video. Now, pretty surprisingly, we did it before with only 2 reactions last time. So I would say this is actually going to be very interesting, playing as 2 characters. In a couple Assassin's Creeds, you do play as 2 characters, different characters, but I love how they did the split screen between the 2 protagonists. That is pretty cool to see that. Really cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait to see the gameplay of this. I will most likely play as her, most likely might switch over to play the samurai. It's very interesting storytelling. Very excited again for this game. Actually very excited about this more than Mirage. Mirage was good, not gonna lie, it was really good getting back into the old roots of Assassin's Creed, playing as the guy that we first introduced in Valhalla. And, you know, it's very interesting. Definitely gives me a lot of Ghost of Tsushima vibes, which I absolutely love that game. That's, like, my favorite, like, game out of, like, Japanese-wise, I guess you could say. But I'm very looking forward for this game. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this game, of the 2 protagonists, the atmosphere. Do you like playing as the samurai more, or do you like playing as the shinobi? Like, what is your take on this game? Like, you know, go on full detail, you know, who are you going to play as when you first play this game, or if you're going to pick up this game. I'm a huge fan, again, with Assassin's Creed games. I love the storytelling. I've played each Assassin's Creed game. Very looking forward for it. Really happy that we're going back into the old roots, like we did with what they did with the other one. I think it was Mirage, but we'll see how it goes. I'm really looking forward for the storyline, obviously, but the split screen is definitely going to be freaking awesome. I don't think any Assassin's Creed we've actually had any split screen during the cinematic. I don't think we have. We have times that they did two assassins. You play as either female or male through like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where you play as the siblings in that one. I love how they brought back the lovely grappling hook back, but it's a different one. Like I said, Jacob had a different one, which is in his gauntlet where the blade is, or the hidden blade is. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be pretty freaking epic. Cannot wait for November 15th for this game to come out. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, as always. Peace out, keep gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hell so much. Used to be like town mascots.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
For
present
survivors,
the
okay.
Spend enough time in my line of work.